The day after the Scorpio full moon, Mercury stations direct the end of its retrograde. It's been moving backwards across the second half of Aries since April 1st. So April 1st through the 24th, it has been moving backwards. So we've been rethinking some things so far during April. Possibly the past has been coming up again, so we can have this powerful release and redirection, reorientation towards like, who am I now? Like, I know that's who I was trained to be, but who am I now? And who am I deciding to be going forwards? And I mean, just because you can't make this shit up, it's stationing direct basically on the same degree with the North Node. So, like, it just feels like this fated timing of it's time. You get to be free, and Aries being like your independence, your yourself, not who others think you should be, but who you really are. And the Mercury, like the mental clarity of you getting to know that, you getting to draw that circle around yourself, as big or as small as you want it to be, include as much in there as you want or not. And all of that is completely up to you and does not need to be justified or explained to anyone. You don't need a narrative about why your circle is what it is. It just is because you decided that. That's enough. So that's all I'm going to say about Mercury retrograde stationing direct. And then I have some cards that there's actually 4 of them. So it's going to take me a second to go through these, but like they relate to each other and to what we've been talking about and the astrology of right now. So I am going to take some time and just show you these different animal archetypes. So the first one is spider alert. It's the tarantula, and that's a fire archetype. And the tarantula is at a crossroad and claiming life's purpose. The tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose or dharma. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream, yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find true happiness, you must choose dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers, patient and calm, like an old friend that knows your inner soul, and it already knows you'll choose wisely. When it's in balance, you follow your intuition, and when it's out of balance, it hesitates and over-intellectualizes. To bring into balance, consider daily journaling. I'm not going to digress on these too much just because there are 4 of them, but I'll leave you guys with your thoughts on that. And the second one is the butterfly. This is an air element, as are the last 3 that are going to come through. And that butterfly is undergoing great change and transformation. The energy of the butterfly is with us during periods of transition. Since air is the element of the heart, this change usually involves relationships, or if you love your job, perhaps your career, really anything you love. Since transition is accompanied by some amount of discomfort, be extra patient and kind during this time, especially if the butterfly is you. Let solid friends and activities support you like a cocoon. Committing to one daily routine done at the same place and time will do wonders for lifting a butterfly's spirit. When in balance, cheerful and graceful. When out of balance, fragile and frustrated. To bring into balance, daily routine. I feel like those 2 go together pretty darn good. The next one, this one has Scorpio full moon written all over it, is the vulture. Okay, vulture. The vulture is the guardian and purifier essential for rebalance. The vulture is perhaps the most misunderstood creature of all. The intriguing bird balances our ecosystem and prevents the spread of disease. It does the dirty work that no one else wants to do and cleans up our messes. The vulture appears when there's a situation that needs to be purified or brought back into balance. Remember, the vulture is greatly undervalued. What you thought was a mistake or tragedy is a blessing in disguise. When in balance, it clarifies and reveals wisdom. When out of balance, it's dramatic and aggressive. To bring into balance, clean your space or sage. And our last one, such a beautiful one to end with. This one I feel like has Jupiter written all over it, is the owl. Okay. The owl is abundance, clairvoyant, and treasures. The owl is a mysterious and otherworldly creature found in folklore from east to west. The white owl in this particular deck is the companion of the goddess Lakshmi and represents wealth, beauty, and good fortune. When the owl card appears, it's an omen that a boon or treasure is on the way, either in spiritual or material form. With owl wisdom on your side, you'll see and know exactly what to do with this boon, how it can further serve your dharma and bring abundance to the world. Trust that the wellspring of treasures is infinite. When in balance, generous, trusting, and secure. When out of balance, money quarrels and scarcity. To bring into balance and offering. So those are our 4 cards. So we've got 2 that are all about a crossroads and a transformation. So I feel like our conversation about the limbo and the in-between is all echoed. We've got the vulture who's wanting to purify, detoxify, that Scorpio full moon that is most likely going to bring up a bit of a purge, and that's okay. That's greatly undervalued. And the owl that says like abundance and treasures and clarity, clairvoyance, knowing what to do, like all of that is right there for us. So, and I love how the first one and the last one, both of these mentioned the word dharma. Not sure if you caught that. And I don't know, like, I'm not a scholar on dharma by any means, but I do know that in the Gene Keys chart, there's a pathway of dharma that connects your purpose with your attraction. And so the gist of that being that like what we attract is helping us to fulfill our purpose, and that those 2 things, the attraction and our purpose, are connected by our dharma. That like essentially it's the work that you came here to do. And that could be lots of different things as far as like what that physically looks like in the world. Like the vulture, I mean, sometimes our work, our dharma is to bring ourselves happiness, to get the shit out of the way that is in there blocking that for us, and to be happy in the world. And like the ripple effects that that will make into the lives of every single person that we cross. So dharma in our soul's work like doesn't necessarily have to be an actual job per se, but possibly some healing, possibly reframing or clarifying or transforming what it is that we attract into the beauty and wisdom that is inherently within all things in this world.